Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my channel, Gamila Muslima Store. So, my lovely people, you may actually notice a bit of a difference. I've changed the YouTube channel to mainly dedicated fully to the store. I'm not going to be doing only store content, but for now, mainly store content, inshallah wa ta'ala. What I'm currently showing you right now, subhanallah, is what I have done yesterday. I have made this niqab, which you may, if you know our previous stocks, know about, which is a budget niqab, subhanallah. It used to be, at least. We had it in black on our store in the past, and I will tell you why I did it and all about that. Currently, my office is a mess, as you can see. But subhanallah, I've been doing this yesterday. I'll tell you what exactly is it. In the past, when we were bringing from Egypt the Muslima cape, we also got from the supplier and niqabs, which are in two pieces. So it was the band and it was a half niqab, which you can wear together. So you have a half niqab on the elastic plus the band on the top to cover your eyebrows and forehead. And subhanallah, we got them in black and in this brown color. The brown color turned out to be not good to be sold, because turned out that they made it from only one layer of chiffon. As you can notice, here you have with the band 2 layers of the chiffon, and here we have only one layer, subhanallah. So it's extremely see-through. I could not sell it. I left it on the counter for a really long time, subhanallah. We did not get them again after that. That was a one time after when I got to know that this is how it goes. We didn't get this color anymore. So subhanallah, I decided yesterday to use my free time and connect it. So I got 4 of them and I decided to take 2 half niqabs and connect them in one so I can make a use out of it. As you can see, yeah, it's not iron, so it doesn't look the best, of course. But basically, I think I will be wearing that one maybe and make a usage out of it. I need to clean up a little bit in this office because it's clearly a mess, as you can see. Basically, I would like to speak with you a little bit, some updates about the store, because it's happening, guys. It is happening. So basically, we have been thinking through, as I said in the previous videos already, about going into VAT and becoming a full-on business, let's say. Not like we were not, subhanallah, but yeah, we were not using the VAT. We were on the KOR system in the Netherlands. It's basically for small businesses where you don't need to deal with VAT. So that gives you mainly the only proper benefit of it is that your prices can be lower because you do not add VAT to the prices on your website, on your sales. So you have the advantage of cheaper products, basically. You are able to provide a better, lower prices on the market with this. Of course, additionally, you have a little bit cheaper accounting as well, of course, because with the core, the only accounting you will need is the income tax. So the VAT is not an issue while you have this scheme, which means that you don't need accountant, you don't need to do the VAT calculation, declaration every 3 months. So that is definitely something that is decreasing the cost of accounting if you only need to do income tax every year. Yeah, that's definitely a big of a difference. So that's giving you some extra costs. But at the end of the day, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, it's not like a big of a deal. If it comes to the VAT itself, it seems a bit complicated at the very beginning, but at the end of the day, I was afraid and I was thinking of like, will I be able to like go into this scheme? Because at the end of the day, when you have a VAT, it seems like the financial responsibility is way bigger. But in reality, it is actually deeply depending on you being well organized and keeping the money which each customer pays to you through the VAT taxes outside of your earnings. So keep it on a side. Do not feel that you are in any way whatsoever how you call it, entitled to this money. You're not. What you are going to be doing basically is keeping this money for the government for a period of 3 months and then calculate it with the government between what you spent in VAT and what you got in VAT. So the best possible option is always to keep the VAT that customer paid you always on the side, on the separate bank account, the best option, for example, so you do not use this money as your income. You don't take this money, this 21% of each product you're going to add to the price, as something that you have earned. If you're going to be using this money like this, yeah, definitely you may have problems eventually, because you will eventually need to pay it back to the government if you didn't spend more in VAT than you received. So definitely that is something that you should not be doing, and it's way better. I got, by the way, a new foot for my sewing machine, which I can use, and I forgot to use yesterday, I don't know why, to measure the material on the side so it doesn't move. It should hold it in one place. I'm gonna test it soon. Anyways, going back to the topic. Oh, by the way, I also got the pens like this, which have inside, actually I don't really know what is it, but from what I know it should be like charcoal. Yeah, specifically to draw over the fabric, so you can make it easier for yourself to, you know, yeah, make arrangements, measurements, and so on, where you want to cut, and so on and so forth. And that should disappear under the heat. I have this one, but I do not know how to use it, or I'm a horrible person with that, or I don't know what is going on about that, but I think it's wax, not charcoal. So because of this, I think the only moment when it's actually usable, you see, it's really hard to mark anything. It's really, really hard. So when you have a delicate material like some soft fabrics, or especially elastic fabrics and so on, it's really hard to use it. And from what I research, it should be heated, but that's not something I want to bother myself with while I'm trying to produce a product, to spend time in heating the, you know, corners so I can actually draw on the fabric. That's why I've decided to try something like this. For now, it's fine. So let's hope it's gonna be useful. Anyway, so going back to what we were speaking about, that's what we have eventually, after a lot of thinking, decided. As you know, I have a really big issue with the most desirable product to my stock last few months, and it doesn't seem that it will get better on its own. So that is really important for me, to be able to use the opportunities which I have. So basically, I've searched and I found a manufacturer that is producing most of the products that you love and I love as well, and that are selling well on my store. So it's going to be a definitely challenging thing, especially that the shipping prices from Egypt to the Netherlands can be extremely costly, especially if you do not order like a really big kilos, you know. More in kilos, actually, you order, it's cheaper possibilities to ship it to the Netherlands. But there are options, and there are options specifically if you, for example, and especially if it comes to the Netherlands, I don't know about different countries in European Union, if you're bringing the product with the certificate of the proof of origin, then you can even pay 0% in customs. Why is that? Because there is a deal between Netherlands, at least that's what I know, and Egypt, maybe also the whole European Union, I'm not sure about that. That is making it possible to have the 0% custom if you have the origin of the product. And because I have, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, the contact and the possibility to reach a manufacturer themselves, so those who are producing all these beautiful niqabs, capes, and so on and so forth, there is a big chance that we will be able to obtain this possibility to have the certification of the origin, which could help us to actually not even pay a custom. Normally, custom varies between 8 to 12% when you're bringing stuff from Egypt to the Netherlands, up to what product exactly you're bringing. So up to the HS codes, the you know, custom codes, which are important, you know, specifically about what product is it, it's clothing, what fabric, blah, blah, blah. So normally it is between 8 to 12% in customs. And of course, what you are counting, the price of the product plus the shipping, based on this is how they count the customs, and as well how they actually count the VAT. The shipping, unfortunately, is added into it. I do not like that part, but it is what it is. What can we do? That's not the rules we make. That is a really big opportunity that it may also lower the costs for the custom fees. Probably the custom dealings will stay same, so there will be additional fees for the fact that there is a third party that is going to deal for you the declarations, custom declarations and documentation, and calculate everything on place when the products arrive to the country. But specifically this 8 to 12% maybe, Allahu Alam, we'll see, bidnillah, it may be not calculated, especially if you have the certificate of origin. So if the manufacturer is able to prove you that, prove actually to the customs that the product was produced in Egypt and is Egyptian product. So that's the point. The other thing is that you can have the Article 23, which at least is in the Netherlands, and I think it should be international thing, or at least European Union thing. So the Article 23 is something that allows you to declare the VAT not upon, like, to not pay it upon the delivery. So when you receive the import, you do not pay the VAT, you declare the documentation, and that all will be combined after the 3 months of the quarter of the VAT period. So basically you have every 3 months you need to deal with the VAT. So then you are going to be declaring to the government, to the tax authorities, how much of the VAT you received as a business and how much as a business you spend. So then instead of paying this 21% upon the delivery, you're going to be providing them that, oh, based on this specific import, I needed to pay 150 euros, but because I do use the Article 23, I did not pay it upon the delivery. So I declare it now that there was this 150 euros. So based on this, they are going to be calculating that, and if you did receive more VAT into your business than this 150 euros, you're going to pay the extra, then, or whatever the VAT you spend it in general fully. So basically that is giving you a really good opportunity to be able to import products and not need to additionally pay a lot of money upon the delivery, and it's going to be something that will be dealt with every 3 months. So based on this, you can kind of easier access the products and organize it more nicely. You don't need to pay it upon the delivery and then wait until they, for example, refund you if you didn't receive more VAT than you spent as a business. Basically a lot of speech like this about probably things you are not fully interested in. So what we have dealt with my accountant, which may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward her. She's a Muslim, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and she's an amazing person, wallahi, extremely helpful and supportive. I am so grateful for having her because she's really helpful with everything. I eventually gave her a green light so we can go on and make a switch. So right now we are waiting for a documentation. I am waiting for the approval from the tax authorities and so on and so forth, all of those things. And most likely, why I'm telling you this, I'm trying to prepare you because the prices from the 1st of July, if everything goes well and we get approved and the business goes into VAT properly and everything goes well, the prices will change. So the prices will change on our website because the VAT will be added to the products. So the prices will go up. You need to know about that. This is important. I want to prepare you for this. I'm going to do my utmost best to not make the prices extremely high and to adjust the margin properly so we can earn as a business, but as well to be fair, fisabilillah, in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and as well for the prices to not be extremely high after the VAT. The VAT, of course, going to be up to your country. So basically, there is another thing which is called OSS. Basically, this is something that is specifically for the accountant and the VAT, that the prices will be adjust to a specific country. So for example, within the Netherlands, the VAT is 21%. But for example, in France, I think, is 19 or 20%, something like this. In Germany, they have a different VAT tax. In Poland, they have a different VAT tax. I think in Poland it's 22 or 23. So the Shopify store, inshallah, on our website will need to be adjusted, and as well the system will need to be adjusted if it comes to the VAT. So it is, adjusted to your country. So when you are buying from outside of the Netherlands, you are getting your VAT. You are getting the VAT of your country, of the place you are residing, where you are buying the product in. So basically, this is how it's gonna go. So the prices might a little bit vary between different countries based on the VAT, of course. That all, there will be a lot of work, but inshallah ta'ala, I really hope we'll be able to organize everything well. That's definitely a big challenge for me and a lot of work ahead. Ready for it somehow, I think. It took me a while to think it through, and I was planning and trying to calculate more or less the prices, how that would be looking like, what it would change, and so on and so forth. And I really have a good positive feelings about everything. I really hope it's going to go in the right direction, inshallah. But it's really important for me to bring stuff which you love, to bring stuff that you demand, subhanallah, because there is a lot of messages I'm receiving about the niqabs, about the gloves, about a lot of things which I do not have currently access to, and it's extremely frustrating for me because I wish I can provide it for you and I can't currently. So this is for me a really big important part, to be able to connect Egypt and the Netherlands in this specific case. And as well, because our initial goal is to eventually go back to Egypt, inshallah, and be able to deal with the business between Egypt and the Netherlands while staying in Egypt. That is definitely a step that, whether we like it or not, needed to take place. Sooner or later, it would need to happen. So I will let you know now about really important things that have changed. So basically, as I told you last video, we will be restocking, and now we restocked one of your favorites, the black khimar bamboo jersey, made 93% of bamboo fabric and 7% from spandex. We have restocked the chocolate color, black, and because of the summertime, I decided to make the last time, subhanallah, a risky decision of getting the colors. Okay, so not a lot of colors, so they are limited. We got the jersey bamboo rose. So just so you know, they are now on the website, you can get them. And additionally, we have a new beautiful items. So it's abaya Mariam, our new abaya, which you can find on the website. We have it in color mint, as you can see. We have it in black, must be, of course. And we have in beige, because I did have a request for a bright colors, and especially I got a request also for the beige one. So I said, okay, I'm gonna risk it, and because it's the summer springtime, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk it. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go. If that was the last time I risk it, Allahu alam. But at the end of the day, they are beautiful. And the most important thing of this beautiful abaya Mariam is it is made in France, and it's made from 100% viscose. It is 100% viscose, and that is extremely important detail. We are trying our best because a lot of sisters ask about natural fabrics, abayas, jilbabs, niqabs, and so on and so forth, subhanallah. We are trying our best, wallahi. It's not easy because those products are way more expensive when you're getting them in a wholesale as well than a polyester. But definitely that is something that we want to engage ourselves as a business. We want to have eco-friendly fabrics, environmental friendly, skin friendly, breathable fabrics that are going to be helping our sisters to obtain a Sharia compliant clothing regardless the weather. So whether it's hot or not, and specifically to be healthier. As we know, the polyester is not the healthiest fabric you can wear. So I personally never complained myself about the polyester, but I know there's a lot of sisters who do. And reality is reality. Polyester is not a best thing for us, but it's the most affordable thing for most of the sisters. That's what we unfortunately need to highlight, that these fabrics are not the cheapest. This is This is a fabric which is a blend of 30% linen, 50% viscose, and 20% polyamide. And these are two same abayas, just in two different colors. And here we have the other one. We also have this one in black. Those are made from, and also this is a kimono. It's the last one which we have available. It is also made from 30% linen, 50% viscose, and 20% polyamide. Those fabrics are not cheap, are more expensive, but are also better for your skin, for the environment, and more breathable, more airy. So yeah, the price is higher. We like it or not, that's not something I can have a much of influence myself. And now what I want to go into, which is important as well, if you are following our social media, you know that I have ordered samples. I ordered the samples for niqabs because I want, inshallah wa ta'ala, to produce niqabs myself. With those two machines you can see here. Well, actually, that specific one is not needed for a niqab. You don't need overlock for it, but doesn't matter. So I have ordered the samples of some fabrics to be able to check and see which fabric would be a good one for niqab. So basically in this one, we have a normal chiffon, which as you can notice, it's extremely see-through. It's not really big grams per meter square from what I can see. Comparing to any other chiffon fabric or chiffon Saudi chiffon, it's really see-through. So even 2 layers of that fabric would not be enough to create a niqab, in my personal opinion. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on the camera, but it's really see-through. It's not as nice as the chiffon. Chiffon Saudi, subhanallah, I don't think so there is an access within Europe. Maybe in UK you could find it, I'm not sure. But in the Netherlands, at least, I did not find anywhere any chiffon that would be anywhere close to the chiffon, which is a Saudi chiffon. Saudi chiffon is a premium chiffon. I'm sorry, but some people may not agree with that. But you can have a chiffon and chiffon. And I think specifically it's also about how thick it is, how dense it is. I don't know how to say it. But basically, the one which is the Saudi one is the best chiffon you can have for a niqab from the artificial ones, from the polyester ones. That's my personal opinion. This is of course polyester chiffon, and this is another polyester chiffon, which is a bubble, what they call the bubble chiffon. And this could be a choice. It is way, as you can see, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is not as see-through as the other one, so it's less transparent. It's there's definitely more grams in it, so it's more dense than the previous one. You can clearly see it, I think. The touch is also nice, but it's not the same nice as Saudi chiffon. Let's not lie to each other. But from the available options, from the polyester one, I think this one is the most suitable. I got on this one as well the bubble one. I wish you can see, I hope you can see it, how it looks like. So it feels nice. It feels like it could be an option for the polyester niqab, but is it a good enough option? I'm not sure. The other one fabric is a blend of light linen and viscose. So this how it looks like. And personally, I think it's nice fabric. But my wonder in this fabric is, would I need 1 layer only, or I will need 2 layers? Because if we need 2 layers of that one, then yeah, it will be definitely nicely covering properly. But will that be breathable enough? That is the question. But basically, as the chiffon, the 1 layer chiffon, let's take a Saudi one, is actually way more see-through, I think, than this linen blend. But I don't think so it will be enough. The one layer may not be enough with that one. But how it would feel with 2 layers. It's definitely a natural fabric because it's linen and viscose, so it's way more breathable, yani, eco-friendly, and so on and so forth. But would that provide enough breathability for your face? Because the difference is between your body and the difference is when you need to have something on your face. It's definitely a big of an issue, a big of a difference, sorry. So yeah, and then we have the other options, and these options are, this is Mori cotton silk. but it's extremely see-through. It's extremely, subhanallah, delicate, really thin material. This would need at least 3 layers, I think, if not more. I do not see it to be possible to make the niqab from it. It's way too transparent. Then the other one is 96% cotton and 4% elastin, and this called stretch poplin. So that's mainly a cotton fabric, and to be honest, it is not bad, but there is bad, subhanallah, in it, is that it's really, maybe not so much, but it's pretty, how you call it, hard. I don't know how to call it. It's not really flexible. It's not really like, you know, flowy. It's a little bit harder one. It still seemed to be nice, and maybe it could be used as a one layer. It is pretty thick. Let's say it correctly. Yeah, more dense than other fabrics, but it's also pretty, you know, not really flowy, not really elastic, not like, do you know what I mean? And then the other one, and this one is cotton folier. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. It's 100% cotton, and this is more a chiffon like cotton thing. It is a little bit more, as I don't know if you can notice the difference, but it's a little bit more in grammature, in thickness, thick than that one, but not thick enough. Definitely need minimum 2 layers to be able to create niqab. And if it would be enough, that's a question. But I think from all of those, 2 natural fabrics is either that one or this one. I'm not fully sure yet, subhanallah. And this is the bubble one, which I told you about. So, but this one is way more flowy, way more like, you know, than that one. This is more tough. Oh, that's the word I think I was missing. So anyways, if you know more or less about fabrics and so on, you can share your opinion in the comments. Which fabric suits the best for the niqabs? If it comes to the specifically, I mean like more eco-friendly ones, more natural ones. Yeah. We have a linen viscose blend. Then we have poplin, yes, which is 96% of cotton and 4% of elastin, which is strange because it has elastin, so I would expect it will be more flowy and more elastic, but yeah. And the other one is here we have the cotton folier, or whatever you pronounce it, which is 100% cotton. I am more into that one, to try that one, but I'm not sure. Both of those are nice. This one is a little bit not fully a niqab, like it doesn't give a chiffon vibe for sure. This linen viscose, you know, it gives a different vibe, but maybe it would be good. Let me know in the comments, or if you know any blend or any place which provides a good fabrics. Why not silk? Because it could be a silk niqab. Well, that's the issue. The silk is too shiny. This is a fabric which, one thing, is extremely expensive, yeah, but another thing is it is really shiny, and we don't follow it in Gamila Muslima. We don't want shiny stuff. Shiny stuff is attention seeking. In my personal opinion, it is way too risky to go near to tabarruj. I wouldn't risk it. I know there is a Georgette silk, if I'm correct, but I couldn't find it anywhere online to be able to order even a sample. So hard to say. So you can share your opinion in the comment. Which of the fabrics seems to be more suitable for niqab? And if you have any idea yourself and you know a little bit more about those fabrics, you can also share the opinion, but not shiny. We don't want shiny fabrics. We don't want shiny on the face. So it must be something which is matte, because, yeah, let's not risk it. It's not worth a biscuit. That would be all for today. I was thinking I will package with you, but actually I had a lot of to speak. It's already a long video enough. A lot of new stuff, new information. I hope you will be with us and support us with our journey. I forgot to tell you, Khimar Aya is also restocked. So we restocked black Khimar Aya, black chocolate and rose Khimar jersey bamboo. And we got new abayas in black, beige, and mint, 100% viscose abaya Mariam. If you are thinking of getting yourself something for a summer, which will be lightwear and in the same time more eco-friendly, more breathable, airy, and go to our website now and make your purchase. Anyways, that would be all for today. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or ideas for the videos, share in the comments. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, reward you, and make your life easy and full of barakah. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.